Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Mystic in the Woods. I'm Kate, and today I thought we would do something a little bit different. As you may have noticed, the wall behind me has gotten an upgrade since my last video, and there is a very fun trend going around on YouTube where people are showing tours of their tarot reading decks and spaces. So I thought today we would do a little bit of a hybrid video between a vlog of this upgrade behind me as well as a full tour of my tarot reading desk, which I am sitting at now, and that is towards the end of the video. So I'm about to do a complete redo of this section of the room. It has been completely in a state of flux since my son turned about 1, so Halloween of 2022, because that was when we started transitioning him out of our room, and this room just lost its mind. And I have been waiting to put it back together. So I'm going to show you what it looks like now, kind of walk you through a couple of things, and then we're going to get started. This is what's normally behind me when I'm filming recently, and so of course there's my painting, and that'll be staying there, my horse painting. And this is a little couchy thing that is usually out of frame, but this wall has been blank since my son moved out of our room, because that's used to be where his crib was, and I used to film on the other side of the room, so we basically swapped everything in here. That stuff all used to be over here, and this stuff all used to be over there. So I have left this wall blank, so I had to take the art down off it when my son's crib was moved there. And I have been waiting and waiting for these shelves so that I can hang them on this wall. I spent the last of my Christmas money. I had gift certificates, and that is what I got. So those 4 shelves are going to be up on this wall. So we're going to do something with this wall. And in the process of that, all I've done so far is like a quick cleanup, because these drawers and this chest are probably about to explode. So then if we go whoop, this way again, we've just got lights, kind of my desk holding a bunch of things right now, and some more shelves. So that's where I sit when I'm filming. That's also where I do all my tarot reading. And the room has exploded. We've got stuff that is contenders for the shelves. I'm redoing those drawers. I'm redoing the chest. So we've got herbs and crystals and candles and just everything all over the place. Plants and stuff over there. You guys, it's done. It took me over a week to get all this stuff put together. Between my son and life and work, a week to get this put together. So I'm going to show you around. Alright, so I'm not going to give you guys a full tour of this section because it's still very much in a state of transition, but if you want a full tour eventually, just let me know in the comments. But this desk has been moved to this side of the room. Now that's actually a shelf that I think I'm going to hang at some point, so I can reorganize this shelf and these drawers and probably turn this into some sort of altar space. I've got the shelves up. My painting is still here. I've got just a couple more things I need to hang somewhere in this room. And now I have this desk in here as well as my new reading desk, which is much larger. Okay, so let's move into the tarot reading desk tour portion of the video. So the desk my husband built, right? This rug was from my grandparents, and it actually has a lot of ancestral meaning for me. In this shelf, we have guidebooks, decks that I'm kind of using regularly, and 3 rows of decks that I'm not using right now.
more reference books just of random topics that I like to have access to, so like 78 Degrees of Wisdom, some animal stuff, astrology, holistic tarot, that type of thing. Then over here are on that top shelf the decks I am very likely to grab right now. So I have my Divine Feminine Oracle, Modern Hue, Tarot of the Abyss, things like that. And the bottom shelf is just random office things right now, which still needs to be organized. So if we move up here then, I have plants because you can never have too many house plants. They make me so happy to have a little jungle here in my corner. A couple of ring lights, because even though this desk does face the window and this is where I sit to record and do Zoom meetings and work and stuff like that, sometimes I do need some supplementary light depending on the weather. One of my favorite coffee mugs I got when I was in Kentucky with family. So this is my computer, obviously. It's just sitting up on, this is like a centerpiece thing for a dining room table that I bought like years and years ago. I think when my husband and I bought our first house. But it's the perfect height to get my computer up for Zoom meetings and so that I'm not hurting my neck. And then I have an old, so it's my husband's old work keyboard, which we just brought in here too. So now my shoulders and neck don't hurt when I have to be on the computer all day. Because like I said, I do work at this spot as well. Speaking of which, blue light glasses, because they really help when you're on the computer either all day or at night. All right, so I'm going to set my camera down so that hopefully it's not so shaky. All right, so traditionally, I have always had my altar spaces in windows. I really like for them to get moonlight and sunlight. I find that to be very like cleansing and charging and whatnot. I have this candle here. This is the Photon Pearled candle, which I talked about in my other videos. This is loose wax with a wick in it. I find it very important for myself to always have a candle lit when I'm doing tarot work, meditation, things like that. For a few reasons, but including that it really, when you have actions that you take or smells that you smell or places that you sit or any of those things, every time you sit down to read tarot, every time you sit down to meditate, it will help you get into that frame of mind faster and faster. This is actually something I want to make a video on, because even if you don't take a psychological, like a formal psychological perspective to your path or your practice, we can absolutely use psychology to help us. So anyway, we'll talk about that separately, but Divine Muses and Spirit Keepers, because I have been dedicating a lot of time to these, so this was a deck that's on my list of decks to really connect with this year, so I'm dedicating some time to it. Divine Muses just came into my collection, you guys. I am so in love with this deck. I can't even tell you. Blue Sage for cleansing, smoke cleansing, selenite with clear quartz points. So this again, cleansing, charging, talisman, sit in it in the sun and the moonlight. It really, I just help this finds to keep everything nice and clear. This is a Witch's Moon Oracle, Inner Goddess, and it smells so delicious. And I use this as an offering oil. And this one is their Prophecy Oil, which I really love. I say we'll put it on this candle and I will put it on that tea light there, as well as just for everything whenever I'm going to read tarot or meditate. Again, you can create these scent cues or these associations in your brain that help you get into that frame of mind very quickly. So I do, on my list of things to eventually get, is like an oil burner, so that I can do more of that specifically. Lighters and symbols, because until recently my son was sleeping in this room, so I didn't like to burn things that created a lot of smoke very often. Man, I'm getting out of breath. Okay. Whew. So this is my attempt at a traditional altar for green Tara. So I have 3 copper bowls there. I do a water offering that I refresh almost every day. I have a tea light that I like to anoint and light. And then the back one is for anything else. A glass for water with salt in it. This was taught to me by one of my teachers, and I know people use salt bowls a lot. I have found this to be better for kind of absorbing or helping to clear out dense, stuck, heavy energies and emotions. So especially when we're doing shadow work or dealing with challenging emotions, I find that to be really, really helpful. So then we have, I can't remember what these are called, but these are up here. This is a rutilated quartz. I think if somebody knows better, please go ahead and tell me in the comments. This one I actually bought because We were in a small shop by my mom's house, and my son grabbed this. He was in his stroller, and he managed to swipe this and stick it in his mouth before I could stop him. And it's not so big that it was an immediate, or so small that it was an immediate choking hazard, but obviously I took it right from him and then purchased it because it had been in his mouth. So that's there. Labradorite, I actually really love this one. I don't know what this is. It's not black tourmaline, and it's not obsidian. I cannot remember what this one is, so that's a bummer. Obsidian, smoky quartz, clear quartz, and selenite. So I find this to be a really grounding and clearing combination for up here in my reading space, and I just love the points. So these have come into my collection slowly because points are kind of pricey. Towers are kind of pricey even when they're smaller or less pricey crystals, but I really love these. So, and then this is just the cutest little amethyst that I have ever seen. I love it. It's so cute. So that one just goes there too. You can see my window is not framed in, or not all the way trimmed in. Yay for home renovations. And then here we have, this is line striders, and let me see if I can find the guidebook. This is I'm not even going to try to pronounce this, but it's this deck. And I've had it for a while, but I just started working with it because I do have a lot of, Scandinavian and Germanic blood in me, ancestrally speaking. So anyway, I've just started working with this deck. Really super impressed with it so far, even though the artwork is not generally my style. But these two are going to go on my downstairs altar, my main altar. I've been using line strider. I'm not even really sure how it ended up here, to be honest. It was downstairs immediately when when I received it as a Christmas present. It is the one that I'm using for ancestral work. I don't have a reason. That's just where it belongs, is on my ancestral altar. So these two are going to go down there for that. This is a card out of my Divine Feminine Oracle. So then here are just some guidebooks for decks that I'm reaching for a lot and want to be able to reference the guidebook for. Pens, markers, highlighters, things like that. These are the moon cards from the Pagan Otherworlds because I have a plan for those. This is the Sacred Rebels Oracle and the Herbiary and Bestiary Oracle that has come up on quite a few of my lists recently. Those two decks like to randomly appear in readings, especially when I'm reading for others. I don't plan to bring them in. They don't feel like they volunteer right at the beginning. And then all of a sudden I need them. So they're just here where they're really easy to access if I'm reading for other people. And then the only other thing is this is a journal that was given to me by a coach. And I have spreads in here. So this is where I've been collecting spreads that I like to use. And that is a binder full of random tarot resources that I have collected over the years. Courses, ebooks, things like that I really like to have so I can reference them if I'm feeling the need to. So that's it. That is my tarot reading space. So that is the updated space behind me, as well as the tour of my tarot table. Like I said, that space is still in a state of flux and organization, so I did not do a full tour of it. If that is something you would like in the future, let me know, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!